never have one of those weeks where like it's not a bad week. It's not a great week, but it's not a bad week. But like you just think, okay, but if one more thing goes wrong, like I'm gonna lose my mind. And then your indicator light goes out in your car. And you're just convinced that the universe hates you. It's been a week. I mean, there were a lot of good things. Like there were, and we're going to focus on the good things because the things that went wrong are things that are kind of out of my control. So we're not going to focus on those because if I can't fix them, they don't get my attention right now because we are moving into the busiest season I've had in a long time. So I got so much work done on my book this week. It's going so well. I'm about, I don't know. I'm gonna hit 15,000 words this weekend, which is, I mean, it's phenomenal, right? Like it's so, after so long of not being able to write anything, like sitting down and getting chunks of words out just feels amazing. It feels so good. I've got my Vlogmas plan down. I know what I'm doing. I know when things are getting filmed, how I want to set them up. I've got like I'm in a very good place with those things. I've also been working on my goals, and because we're coming up, 2026 is not that far away, I am sorry to say. And I think I mentioned last week, like I want to go into the year knowing exactly what I want and how I'm going to get there. So I've picked my word of the year. The word of the year is phoenix, but really it's a phrase. It's phoenix rising. I am going to rise from the ashes of the dumpster fire of 2025, and I am going to get to the place that I know I can get. I am going to revive my writing career. I am going to grow our community and be even more helpful. Anyway, that was my light. It's a little darker today. My eyes are just on fire today because I've been staring at a computer, writing. So sorry about that. But we've come too far. I'm not starting over. So I've just got the one light and it's probably in my glasses and I apologize, but I have to wear my glasses. My eyes are just killing me. So yeah, Phoenix Rising. I created some worksheets for myself to work through like the things that I am protecting and the things that I am just burning to the ground. And yeah, so I mean, those sheets have really helped me clarify some things. So I did go ahead and make them a PDF and throw them in the shop down below if you want to take a look at them. It's not anything you can't recreate for yourself, but I did make them pretty. So, they're in there. And then like I made myself some Phoenix merch and I put that in the shop too because I mean, cute. But my plan is that if I achieve the Phoenix plan for 2026 at the end of next year, I'm getting this tattoo. And I'm excited about that. Like this is my only tattoo. It says Rebel Rebel. And I got it many, many years ago. And I had always wanted a tattoo and I waited so long. I thought, well, maybe it's too late. And then, after David Bowie passed away, I was like, no, I'm going to get at least my Rebel Rebel tattoo. And now I've just got like pages of notes of tattoos that I want. Like I would love this to be like a whole music adjacent sleeve type thing. But yeah, I want to get the Phoenix tattooed on this forearm once I achieve the things I have set out for myself next year. And they are, some of them are lofty goals, but they're all achievable. They're all achievable without burning myself to the ground to get them done. It's a lot of the things that I told myself in my 45-day reset it was kind of like that, but not really. I was chasing the wrong things in the 45-day reset. Whereas now I have like the clearest picture that I've had in a really long time of how I'm going to fix the mess I have created in my life. And I'm very excited about that. I'm so excited. I'm making t-shirts and hoodies and planner printables and like I know this is it. I know, having done the work and put the thought into it and really focused on what I want and how to get there, I'm gonna get there. And obviously I'm going to bring you with me. One of the things so I've bounced around about my backlist books, right? Because I have 130 books that I've already written. I've already put in the work and I'm not, clearly I am not like a marketing genius, but there are moves that I haven't done that I am now doing. And one of those things, I sat down this week and I've started going through. It's a ramble. I'm all over the place. I didn't even make notes today. I'm just talking to you. I have 6 male-female Christmas romance books that have been unpublished for a really long time. Like I had pulled them down. I was going to rebrand them and retitle them, and then I got in a snit with KDP over it and Amazon's self-publishing arm. And so they just never went back up. So what I have decided to do with those, I've gotten 3 of them done, and I went through and I took the spice out. I've made them closed door romances and recovered them into like pretty aesthetic type covers, I guess. And I put them in my direct shop. So if anyone has wanted to read my romances, but they're not wild about graphic intimacy on page, I took all of it out. And now there is cussing because it's not a clean romance, it's a closed door romance, and I cuss a little. And my characters cuss. I want them to feel real, and there are situations where cuss words are just necessary. So there is cussing, but there is no explicit sex in these Christmas romances. And the first 3 are available in my Fourth Wall shop, which, all of that crap is linked down below. This is not a salesy, I'm sorry. Sometimes I got to talk about my shop because my shop is part of my career. And, I apologize if this feels a certain way because that's not my point. But I have these 6 romance books that they're done. They've been done. And they've been out in the world and they weren't exactly what they needed to be. And now they are. So in between writing the new book, I have been cleaning up these romances and I'll be putting them out over the course of November and December. I wanted to get the first few done. And like I said, they are available and they're cute. And now that they're closed door, they're actually cute. My personal favorite is Sparkle. It's about a veterinarian and it's a grumpy sunshine, and it's just a cute, tiny little novella. Tiny. These are very short books. I put them up for $1.99. You're going to get the EPUB file immediately, and it helps me out. So if you've been curious about my romances, but you're not a big fan of spice, I have a few Christmas ones. If you want to check them out, no worries if you don't. It's not a big deal. So that is where my focus has been over this past week. Digging deeper and deeper and deeper into my goals for 2026, making an actual plan for how I want to move into the year and move through the year to dig myself out of this hole that I've built over the last few years. And, I'm focusing on YouTube, writing, and my mental and physical health. And the mental and physical health is the part that I always neglect in favor of making an income. We all have to make an income. We all have bills to pay and mouths to feed. And, it's disingenuous if I sit here and tell you that I'm not creating all of these things to increase my income. Of course I am. I'm writing books to increase my income. Yes, I write books because I am an author and I love it. And even when my muse abandons me, I still have that drive to write books. Because it is not just what I do, it is my identity. So I would always write books. I have continuously written books for no money. But the moves that I am making are to increase my income because I have to. The cost of everything is going up, and therefore the cost, my income has to come up with it. So I have also, I think we talked about this in the Discord. I don't think I talked about it in my Rebel Ramble. I am also going to start doing book promo shorts on this YouTube channel. And if you've been with me, for the majority of this year, I have really, really resisted it. Even though so many of you have told me, hey, dummy, you have an audience here. You have an algorithm that could push you. Why are you not talking about your books, at least in shorts? And it's because I didn't want to muddy the waters, right? I didn't want to confuse people. But as always, you were right, and I was being a dummy. So I'm hoping to keep those to just like one a week. I'm not expecting them to like blow up like gangbusters. They're not going to be the craziest, coolest, most polished shorts ever because I suck at marketing. So we'll have to see what happens with that. But I'm trying it because I got to sell some books. So that is the focus That is, the focus next year is to bring my career up to where I should have focused on bringing it up this year. But better late than never. So, and I'm very excited. Like, I'm excited. I'm so excited to finish this book. This weekend is going to be like a very, very heavy writing weekend. I know I said I could get to 15. I'd really like to get to 25. It would be a stretch, but I've done it and I can do it. And if I could get to 25,000 words, I would be a third of the way through this book. And I would love to get this book out before the end of the year. This is the mystery book that we're talking about. And, it's called Lies We Made Together. That's the title of the book. I was going to wait and do like a cover reveal and all this stuff, but it's really hard to keep saying this book, this book, this book. Lies We Made Together is the title of my mystery. And I think I mentioned it in last week's video. It's a small town murder mystery, gossip and lies and secrets, and it's going so well. And to be fair, it's going so well because I am just now writing the scenes that I know. I'm bouncing around. I took down my plotting wall. I took it completely down now. I made a short about it. I don't know if anybody saw it, about why the plotting board just wasn't working for me. And it's because I am a pantser and I just have to let the story come to me before I try to organize it into beats where they need to be. I have to let the story come. I can't, I'm not a plotter. No matter, and I had told myself that, with this kind of book, you don't really know what you're doing. So you need to, nope. The muse wants what the muse wants. And the muse wants me to write how I write and how I've written for the last 18 years. So I'm just going to jump around, write the parts I know. Everything can be moved and polished and fixed and edited later. I do jump around a lot. I've always jumped around a lot. But I also, like when I finish a chapter, I have to stop and have that chapter completely polished and publish ready. It's just something, I don't know if that's the ADHD or what, but I'm trying very hard not to do that this time. I just need to let all the words that are available now need to just get barfed onto a page and it can be fixed later. That's the part I've always struggled with, that it can be fixed later. Multiple drafts, I struggle with that part for sure, but I have to with this book. It has been too long since I've been so on fire for a story. And I cannot let that fire die because who knows how long it would take to come back again. So I'm just writing. I'm writing all the things that I know. I'm putting them where I think they go. If they got to move, they got to move. And that can be done later. That can be done in edits and cleanup. And that's fine. So the book is going fast because I'm writing the things I already know. When I get to sections that I don't know, we're probably going to stall a little bit. But it's okay. It's okay. Because once I have the pieces in place, the little breadcrumbs will start showing themselves. Like, wouldn't it be cool if I hinted at this big scene 3 chapters earlier? So like, you don't know it's coming, but when it hits, you're like, oh, like that's what I want. I want when that big reveal comes, which I've started writing and it's so good. Like, not to toot my own author horn, but it's so good. But when that happens, I want people to think back like, that's why this, and that's why this, and all the way back, like, how did I not see this coming? That's what I want out of this mystery. That's what I want out of Lies We Made Together, is for people to think, I can't believe I didn't catch that. I can't believe I didn't see that coming. So it's going well, and I'm still very, very excited about it. And as for the indicator light, I ordered a bulb. It'll be here today. Thank goodness for random dads on the internet who just decide to film how to do things for people, because I don't know that I would have figured out how to change this indicator bulb on my own, because you have to take out, like, you have to the carpet runs up the side, and I know that has to come out. I could tell that. But then you have to, there's multiple screws, and you have to take the entire light assembly off of the car from the outside. The whole thing has to come out to change the bulb. It drives me crazy that car companies make these things so difficult. And I know that it's because they want you to just get frustrated and take it to the dealership. But it is a $7 light bulb, and I'm not paying someone to do that for me. I am a functional person, and I can figure stuff out, especially when dads on the internet show me exactly how. So cheers to you, sir. Thank you. So that will be here today, and I will change out my indicator bulb, and I will feel much better to have that taken care of. Because, my biggest fear is, getting rear-ended. They don't know I'm turning. The front ones work, the mirror one works. It's just the back one. It's the back right turn. So it doesn't matter. It's going to be fixed today. I am going to fix it today like a full-grown competent. Is that a fuzz? Yes. Thought there was a spider on my planner. It was just a fuzz. It's very dim in here. So I have been reworking stuff back here. I put new pictures on my board. I accidentally made them really small this time when I did them. So I don't know if I'm going to go back and reprint them bigger or just be happy with it. Maybe I'll just put more pictures up there. I don't know. I fixed my lights because they keep falling. So now there is like a ton of painter's tape holding my lights up. But I want to redo this whole shelf back here. This room was my oldest kids, and they still have stuff here. The whole bottom half of this is their stuff. And I'm just gonna box it up and I don't know, at least put it in the closet because there are things I would like to put back there. I am also going to take some time, probably between writing sprints, just to like rest my eyes. I'm gonna uncoil some of my other Erin Condren notebooks and just pull the paper out because I ordered an Erin Condren planner for next year. I know, but they got me with the pre-Black Friday sale. So it was, I don't know, like 40% off the planner. But I also had a 15% We Miss You discount that they let me stack. And I had $20 in site credits from the Wayback Machine. So the $75 life planner ended up $28 and I kind of couldn't turn it down. So I've wanted one. I've talked about it several times, and to go from 75 to 28, like I couldn't not get it. So we're going to try an Erin Condren for next year. I love my bullet journal. You know that. I constantly come back to it. I love the idea of it. With the amount of work that I know I have to do next year, I have to have a pre-printed planner. I also have to have something bigger. For the last, 2 weeks, I've been in a letter size undated HB90 that I bought years and years and years ago. I went through and dated it. The letter size is a little too big. It's a little too much room and it's a way too big of a footprint on my desk. So I think the 7x10 is going to work for size. It'll be a nice in between, right? A nice in between an A5 and a letter, which is the point. Yeah. I have to have a pre-dated, pre-printed planner. I can't keep spending time setting up bullet journal spreads next year. And of course, I have so many A5s. And I'm asking for one for Christmas as well because it's always nice to have one on hand. So should I need to switch to a bullet journal? Oops, sorry. I can at any time. But I think for $28 plus shipping, and their shipping's not cheap. But I think for the price, it was worth getting it so that I can try it, that I can see if it will work for me. The notebook was working, so I think the coil isn't going to be an issue for me. I just have to have a predated, already set up for me planner because I just don't have the time, the energy, or the patience right now to draw out spreads. I will be in my bullet journal a little bit in December because December is my favorite. December is my favorite to decorate a bullet journal. So I will be in it a little bit in December. My Erin Condren won't even start till 2026, and I don't even know when it's going to be here because they are the slowest company in the world. I didn't get any customization. I didn't get my name on the cover. I didn't get extra pages inserted because, I know how to do that on my own and I have notebooks out the wazoo. So I wasn't going to pay them to put 50 extra pages in it. I can do that if I need it. But it's not going to be here till mid-December. Like a month? It's going to take you a month? Whatever. So anyway, I won't even have that to play with until the end of December. So that's fine. But I don't feel bad. I don't feel guilty. I don't feel anything but hopeful. So that's how I know that was the right decision. It was the right decision to get that planner. Plus, it's a Hello Kitty planner, which should not matter in the grand scheme of things, but it does. Let me tell you, okay, I know I gotta let you guys go. I know I've held on to you for quite a while today, but there's a lot going on, right? When I was a kid, I grew up in a town called Jackson, Michigan. And at the Westwood Mall, there was a Sanrio store. There was just a Hello Kitty store. a storefront. And if you had asked me from the ages of 4 to 6 what I wanted to be when I grew up, I would have told you I want to be the store manager of the Sanrio store. My big dream as a small child, before I knew that, hey, you could be a writer, before I knew that was an option, was to be a retail store manager of a Hello Kitty store. Obviously, I did not understand what that was, really. I'm sure I was under the impression that the store manager just got to play with Hello Kitty shit all day, which is not what a retail store manager does. Retail store managers and fast food store managers work really, really hard, and they do not get enough credit, and neither do the employees. A good manager works really, really hard in retail and food service. There are not great managers out there. I will give that. But the employees definitely work very hard and take a lot of crap and don't get enough credit. So to my service workers, like, Godspeed this holiday season, honey. So, yeah. So I got the Hello Kitty. I got one of the Hello Kitty ones. You will see it. You're going to see it all the time next year. But I also got, and I have never, so I know I said I was going to let you go. There was a point in my planning consumption, this is so embarrassing, where I was a Rose Gold Erin Condren Insider member. To reach Rose Gold status, you have to spend at least $500 a year at Erin Condren. And once a year, they would send you a gift, and it was usually some, like, plastic piece of jewelry bullshit, like, not worth the money you've spent at Erin Condren. But that is how, and that was just Erin Condren, okay? So, yeah. But even in all of that, I never paid for a different color coil, because you can change the color. They come silver. Silver is the standard coil that comes with it, no charge. But you can also get rose gold I think I just lied. I think I just lied to you. I might have once bought a rose gold coil. I don't see it, but I feel like maybe one time I did. Anyway, for the most part, I never paid for a coil color upgrade. But they have this, like, gradient multicolor, like, pink to purple one, and it looks so good. It looks so good with the Hello Kitty coil, or with the Hello Kitty cover and the colorway. Like, it's so pretty. And it ended up being an extra $5 instead of an extra $10 with all the discount. So I did. It would have probably been $23 if I had not added the coil, but I did. I treated myself to an upgrade on the color of the coil of the planner. I can't wait till it gets here. I want to show you so bad. It's so cute. And I don't even think the inside is Hello Kitty. It's just the cover. But I have Hello Kitty paper that I will add in at a later point. Since I jack up the coils when I uncoil them, I'm gonna give it a while before I add in pages, because it does come with lined pages. But at some point I will need to add pages, and I will add Hello Kitty pages in. Plus, I got Hello Kitty stickers and stuff laying around here, so I can make it a fully Hello Kitty planner. It'll be fine. So yeah, to sum up, I'm sorry if this one was really long. But to sum up, the book is going very, very well. I am very entrenched in my Phoenix Rising era, and I'm very excited about the things that are coming up, for me, for you, for everybody. I'm so excited. I got an Erin Condren planner. I'm going to change my turn signal today, and Vlogmas is coming. This is the last Rebel Ramble of November. I will not be doing a Rebel Ramble next weekend. We are having Thanksgiving at our house next Thursday. U.S. Thanksgiving is next Thursday. We are hosting, and I like to just chill that weekend. I'll probably write. I'll probably work. But I'm not going to do a Rebel Ramble. Plus, we're moving into Vlogmas. And you're going to get me 5, 10, 15, 23 times in December, including rambles on Fridays. So you'll get plenty of rambling from me, just like you've had plenty of rambling from me today. I hope that you have an amazing rest of your day. I want to thank you so much for hanging out with me for this meandering ride through my week and my purchases. Don't forget to smash all those YouTube buttons for me. I love you so much, and I will see you Monday. Bye.